People don't treat you the way you deserve. They treat you the way you've trained them to. That single sentence explains almost every frustrating relationship, every one-sided friendship, every time you felt disrespected and didn't know why. Here's the uncomfortable truth psychologists have confirmed again and again. The way people treat you is not random. It's a direct reflection of the boundaries you've set, or failed to set. And once you learn these 7 self-respect rules, you will watch people's behavior toward you change almost overnight. Let's start with rule number 1, and it's the one most people break daily without realizing it. Never explain a decision you're not required to explain. When you justify your choices to people who have no authority over your life, you unconsciously hand them power they never earned. High self-respect doesn't mean being rude. It means understanding that no is a complete sentence. The moment you stop over-explaining, people stop questioning you, because your certainty becomes the explanation. But that's only the first shift, because rule number 2 goes even deeper. Rule number 2. Stop rewarding disrespect with kindness. This sounds obvious, but almost everyone does it. Someone treats you poorly, and instead of addressing it, you become extra nice, hoping it will smooth things over. Psychologists call this appeasement behavior, and it almost always backfires, because it teaches the other person that disrespecting you comes with no consequences. Real self-respect means matching your energy to how you're treated, not compensating for someone else's bad behavior. But there's an even more important rule hiding behind this one. Here's rule number 3, and it might be the most freeing one on this list. Stop seeking closure from people who hurt you. We're taught that we need answers, apologies, or explanations to move forward. But self-respect means understanding that healing doesn't require someone else's permission. The moment you stop waiting for someone to explain their behavior, you take your power back completely. And that shift changes everything about how you carry yourself afterward. Now here's rule number 4, and it's something almost nobody talks about openly. Stop being available every single time someone reaches out. Constant availability signals low value, whether you intend it to or not. This doesn't mean playing games. It means understanding that your time has worth, and worth isn't proven by urgency. When you stop dropping everything for everyone, people naturally start valuing your time more, because scarcity, even in relationships, creates respect. Rule number 5 might sting a little, but it's essential. Stop tolerating behavior in silence, hoping it will magically improve. Self-respect requires voicing discomfort the moment it happens, not weeks later when resentment has already built walls. Silence isn't peace, it's often surrender. The people who are respected most aren't the ones who never get upset. They're the ones who address things early, calmly, and directly. Here's rule number 6, and it changes the entire dynamic of how people perceive you. Stop shrinking your opinions to keep the peace. Constantly agreeing to avoid conflict doesn't make people like you more. It makes you forgettable. Self-respect means having the courage to disagree, even when it's uncomfortable, because authenticity always earns more respect than passive agreement ever could. And finally, rule number 7, the one that brings everything together. Stop waiting for permission to prioritize yourself. This is where real transformation begins. Self-respect isn't selfish. It's the foundation that determines how much of yourself you have left to give to anyone else. The moment you start honoring your own needs without guilt, the relationships that were built on your self-sacrifice will either improve or reveal themselves for what they truly were. So here's something worth thinking about tonight. People will always treat you exactly as well as you've shown them they're allowed to. Not more, not less. So ask yourself honestly, which one of these 7 rules have you been breaking, and what would change if you finally stopped? If this hit something real, don't scroll past it. Subscribe.